Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video's kind of been a long time coming. It was supposed to come out a lot sooner, but right now I am very sick, so if I sound like I'm like a male Marge Simpson or Lois Griffin, then you know why. Yeah, I haven't been feeling too good lately, but I'm gonna toughen up and make this video for you guys. So I'm gonna start off with the positives I have with Cretaceous Season 3. The dinosaurs are awesome, just like in the last two seasons. Dimorphodon came back after a 6-year hiatus, which was awesome. I love the Dimorphodon. It's just a cool looking design. This bat-bird hybrid, it just looks really cool. We even see their nest in a pretty thrilling chase scene with Brooklyn and Yaz on the hang gliders, which was pretty cool. It was really well paced too. We even see their nest, even though their eggs look a bit big to be Dimorphodon eggs. Yeah, I thought that was a bit weird. Yeah, and Bumpy fights Dimorphodon. Not really much else to say about that because it doesn't really last long. Bumpy wins instantly. But it was better than the Toro fight from the last season. That's not really saying much either. Another dinosaur reveal that really shocked me, well, it shocked kind of everybody because it just came out of nowhere, was the Tyrannosaurus. I didn't think Tyrannosaurus had anything to do with the franchise, at least not in canon. The last time I saw an Tyrannosaurus was in Jurassic World Evolution and Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. So, yeah, I didn't think it would be canon to the franchise, but boy did they prove me wrong. And the build-up and reveal of the Tyrannosaurus is done so well. They're on the dock, they're trying to prank Kenji because Kenji keeps pranking them, so they decide to get revenge and bring him back. As a step-brother to two step-siblings, I kind of feel their pain. So Kenji decides to go out and look for them, and this container moves and he gets freaked out, and then they start hearing noises. They keep thinking they see things in the fog. It's just done so well. And then the Tyrannosaurus' attack. Whenever the Tyrannosaurs are there, it's really cool. Okay, that didn't sound very good. Anyway, yeah, the chase with the Tyrannosaurus is done really well. The overall atmosphere is just so well put together. The fog, the darkness, it's just a really well directed scene for an animated story. Also, what else about the dinosaurs? Monolophosaurus. Another dinosaur that shocked me and everybody was the Monolophosaurus. Again, I didn't think it had anything to do with the franchise in canon. I mean, we got toys of it. There's two. One of them hasn't been released yet, I don't think. One of them is the one I had, the one I did a video review of. Another one is one with Kenji on a scooter, I think it is. And the Monolophosaurus is a lot bigger. There's a lot more articulation to it, and it's blue. Yeah, the Monolophosaurus one I got, the color scheme I thought was fine. I didn't think they'd integrate it into the actual ones in the show too much, but I was surprised. It actually looks pretty good. There are tons of them. Like Darius said they were loners. Well, boy did they prove him wrong. This whole pack of them attacks Kenji's penthouse in, again, a really well directed scene. Sorry about that. There's a bunch of people in my neighbor's yard cutting down trees, so yeah, I'm probably gonna have to add some music into this video. And anyway, so Kenji and Brooke and Darius, actually everybody gets chased by the Monolophosaurus, and again, what's a really great scene. The designs look great, the sound effects are awesome, and that scene where they're falling down the elevator shaft again is so well done. And it also kind of touches into Kenji's character a little bit. Now I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to address the elephant in the room here. E750, aka the Scorpius Rex, depending on who you ask. E750, I'm kind of split on actually. The design is. It's okay, I guess. I've seen worse designs, but there also have been much better designs when it comes to hybrids. I don't know, it's the head. The head just looks weird. I think if they do it, it'll look more Indoraptor-like, rather than giving it this, like, Abeliasaurus snout. I don't know if you knew this, but Abeliasaurus, like Carnotaurus and Majonosaurus, they have these really short, stubby snouts, and that's what E750 has, and it just looks so weird. It just doesn't really belong. And again, the build-up to E750 is done really well. There's a scene in the beginning of the season where it kills one of the Ceratosaurus, and we barely see it. It moves so fast. And then we get another scene towards the end of episode 2, I think it was, where it takes down one of the drone from the first season. Was it? I don't know if it was the drone from the first season, but yeah, it takes down a drone. And then from there, it goes a bit crazy. Because it acts almost like the Predator almost, because there's a scene where it mounts a Gallimimus in a tree, like the Predator did in the first movie, where it skinned those bodies and hung them from the tree. That was just bizarre. And, I don't know, just E750 acts like Predator, Indoraptor, a Xenomorph, and Wolverine all rolled into one creature. The design looks okay. I love the build up to it. I especially love the scene where they electrify the fence around their makeshift camp, and they keep looking around to see where it went. And again, we only see brief glimpses of it. Kind of took sort of a Jaws approach by only showing brief glimpses of the creature and not showing the creature at all. Yeah, it's done pretty well. Again, the design sort of lets it down for me. I don't know. It looks okay. I keep going back and forth on the design, I know. But yeah, it's just a weird design. And I saw the toy for it not too long ago. And the action figure looks really good. But in the show, it looks a bit weird. And then it gets even weirder when Darius brings up the fact that apparently it can reproduce asexually. Which, again, could have been a clever idea, but I don't know. Did it reproduce asexually? Or did it clone itself? Because I'm thinking it more cloned itself than did anything else. Because there's a scene towards the end of the season where Brooklyn says that E750 made its own E750. So does that mean it was planning on making an entire E750 army? Be an army of eyesores. Yeah, and another thing is that it can launch poisonous spines from its tail, because Dr. Wu comes back in this season, which is awesome. Dr. Wu mentioned that it has DNA of a scorpion fish, which I didn't even know what a scorpion fish was. I thought it was like a stonefish, but I think they're basically the same thing. But I know, it's really cool. Actually, I think there was a dragon, one of the dragons in How to Train Your Dragon had that ability. I forgot which one. But I know there was a dragon that had that ability to shoot poisonous spikes from its tail. And Sammy gets... Actually, no, I'm going to talk about that later. And yeah, E750, really weird design. And it acts weird too. Like I said, it acts like Wolverine. Sometimes it almost seems human-like, which I am getting way too deep into this. Anyway, moving on. Now I'm going to talk about the characters. The characters are written a lot better than they were in Season 2. They were pretty cringy in Season 2. Darius is pretty good. There's a scene, that leads into the Gallimimus mounting predator scene I mentioned earlier, where he states that Gallimimus was actually his dad's favorite dinosaur. So we get this sort of emotional scene between him and trying to draw Gallimimus for his little field guide. Brooklyn. I actually want to talk about Brooklyn because her character kind of develops the most a little bit. I don't know, because there's a scene that also leads into the build-up of E750 where they find a destroyed lab that had the door label E750 on it in the second season, which again, build up to E750, done really well. Oh god, I cannot breathe. So, and there's a scene where, and Sammy starts to get a little annoyed with Brooklyn because she keeps acting like she's in a video. And Sammy tells her that she needs to stop worrying about her followers and her videos. And this kind of leads into Brooklyn's character development, where she realizes that she has to stop looking at everything as just views or likes on a YouTube video. Which I should probably do now that I realize. And she actually tries helping Sammy rather than focusing on herself. So that was pretty well done. Sammy, as a character, is also pretty likable. Even though there was that whole liar reveal story in Season 1 where it turns out that she was sent there to spy and take DNA samples from the Sinoceratops. That kind of thing. My nose is so stuffy. And Ben as a character also changed a bit because he in the scene where they're in Kenji's penthouse, he just looks at everyone just going crazy over how rich Kenji's dad is and stuff like that. And Ben says, look at them, they've all gone soft. Like this sort of survival Bear Grylls kind of guy. That does sound like something Bear Grylls would say, actually. Yeah, so Ben, again, pretty likable. He changed a lot from the first season. First season he was just this quiet, afraid of everything, germophobic kid. Changed to be this wild, untamed sort of survivor. And now Kenji does get a bit aggravating at times. I don't know, he's just really annoying. He can be pretty annoying. Like the scene where he just says that everything is so fancy. This solid gold head of a Sinoceratops. Like, even when the Monolophosaurus is trying to break into the penthouse and they almost kick down the door, he says, that door's pure mahogany. And Darius or Brooklyn says, we get it, you're rich. Yeah, and even when I mentioned that scene in the elevator, something I forgot to say was Kenji was holding this statue that apparently belongs to his dad. And he uses it to beat the crap out of a Monolophosaurus. I mean, what did he ever do to you? I mean, yeah, he tried to eat you, but still. And then Yasmina also went through a fair bit of growth. Because Sammy keeps saying that they're such great friends and that they care so much about each other. But then Yasmina brings up a very good point. What happens when they get home? What are the odds they're ever going to see each other again? And that also kind of leads into Sammy's character when she says that when I go home there may be nothing left because, Manticore was trying to take her ranch. But then Sammy actually gets poisoned by E750 when it sticks one of its poisonous spines into her. And Yasmina realizes how much Sammy actually cared about her, even when she did reveal that she was there to spy. And Yasmina gets determined to get the antidote back from the destroyed lab. And she gets chased by E750 in, again, a pretty well done scene. She almost gets caught by E750 multiple times, hurts her ankle again. That actually happens a lot in this series. Not sure why they keep going back to that, but anyway. Yeah, they get the antidote, Sammy's saved. And seeing as how I kind of liked Sammy as a character, the fake out scene they do where she died almost got to me a little bit. I actually thought she was dead, but I thought that there's no way they'd kill a kid in a Jurassic movie. The number one way to survive Jurassic Park, be a kid. So, pretty well done. Oh, the old park. They brought back the original visitor center from the first movie, and something I forgot to say in my Season 2 review was that there's a lot of references to the novels here. Like in the first season when Tiff gets attacked by compies, those compies should be in one of those "you had one job" memes, just saying. Darius says that they actually have trace amounts of venom in their bites, just like the compies from The Lost World and the Jurassic Park novels. Which I didn't think that was canon to the movies, but apparently it is. And when they find the old park, Kenji says that it's haunted by the park's previous owner, Hammond. And Yaz says that there was a rumor that Hammond fell down a hill, broke his ankle, and got killed by compies. To Yaz, I think the scariest part of that was him breaking his ankle, which is exactly how Hammond died in the Jurassic Park novel. He fell down a hill, broke his ankle by compies, and he got eaten. What the heck was that? Anyway. My house is haunted? Anyway. Yeah, but then Darius says that he died of natural causes, which after the events of the Lost World movie, yeah, that did happen. Hammond did die of natural causes. They go into the visitor center to find this compass that Kenji has. And compies stole, because compies like shiny things, apparently. And this actually leads into the death of E750. The two E750s follow them to the visitor center. And there's a nice Jurassic Park movie reference where they're in the kitchen and E750 does that scene where the raptor looks through the glass window of the door. They do that. I do wish we got to see more of the old park, not just the visitor center, like maybe even the old T-Rex paddock, maybe Gennaro's bones or the body of Nedry and the old Jeep. Yeah, that would have been really cool to see. Oh god, I'm quoting Clayton again. Something else I wish that we got confirmation of was what happened to the raptor in the freezer. Because in the first movie, Lex and Tim locked that one raptor in the freezer and we never see what happens to it. Did it starve to death? Did it freeze to death? Probably not, because the power was still out. It would have been good confirmation to see what would have happened. But yeah, they tear down some of the scaffolding used that was using to hold the visitor center up. It collapses, kills both E750s. It was a little sad to see the visitor center go, even though that was already kind of teased that it would get destroyed. Yeah, that was kind of sad to see the visitor center go, since a lot of childhoods are built on that building. What else is there? Oh, Blue played a much bigger role than she did in the last two seasons, which all she did was just run around and look cool. Here, though, she's sort of like her own fleshed out character almost. She fights both E750s. Almost dies, but fights them. Darius actually decides to save Blue. And again, Blue's kind of her own fleshed out character, and it's revealed that obviously in Jurassic World all the other raptors died. So, yeah, Blue was nice to see back again. And now I'm going to talk about the voice talent in this. What am I saying? The voice work in this season is also very good. B.D. Wong comes back. I think B.D. Wong comes back to voice Dr. Wu. He's great, as always. And this actually could have tied into Fallen Kingdom perfectly, because this takes place during Fallen Kingdom. Well, the beginning anyway. Where we see them try to steal the Indominus Rex rib bone. Another thing I like about the animation is that the characters look and feel like they've been on this island for ages. Like, if you look closely at Kenji, you see he has facial hair growing kind of like me. Sammy and Yasmina, I think, have started to grow their hair out a little bit. There's just little clever touches like that I kind of noticed. Yeah, and again, this could have tied into Fallen Kingdom perfectly because they try to steal Dr. Wu's laptop, send it back to the police once they get to Costa Rica, and maybe that's how he became Mr. Henry Wu in Fallen Kingdom instead of Dr. Henry Wu. Think about that. That would have been awesome. That sounds awesome. So if that is what happens in the movies, like in Dominion, if that's confirmed, that's what happened, I believe it 100%. What else? Oh, the ending. The ending, I don't know about the ending, actually. It kind of ended on an uneven cliffhanger, because we need to know what happens when they get back home. Will Sammy still have her ranch? Will Yaz go back to just training 24/7? Will Brooklyn still be popular? What'll happen? And then we see the final shot is we zoom into the door on Mitch and Tiff's boat. We see the doorknob wiggle a little bit, and then we see hear a hiss. And then that's the end of the season. That's how it ends. I have so many guesses onto what kind of dinosaur it could be. One of my, probably the most obvious answer is that it was another E750, because if you compare the roars, they do sound a bit similar. Another one of my guesses would be the Monolophosaurus, because Darius said they were loners. Until E750 sort of just scared them into packing together, but then E750 died. And then maybe that's when the Monolophosaurus decided to just go their own ways, and maybe one of them got stuck on the boat. Who knows? Or maybe it was... No, I doubt it was another raptor, because only Blue's left on the island, and if Blue does turn out to be on the boat, then the events of Fallen Kingdom and Dominion cannot happen anymore. Yeah, anyways, in conclusion, Season 3, in my opinion, is the best season out of all of them so far. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about it. If you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss any new videos. Again, leave down in the comments what you thought about Season 3. I liked it, but I want to hear all your guys' opinions. See you later.